Hey there people, and welcome to my next review on this channel, Swiss RC World. Today we're going to be looking at the brand new Turnigy 9XR available from Hobby King. Here I can see some parts laid out I use, and this is an OrangeRX 7-channel full range receiver. Compared to the original Spektrum receivers, this one costs about $12 rather than about $120. Then, due to the reason that the 9XR doesn't come with the module as the 9X came, I bought the OrangeRX DSM2 Spektrum module with 2.4 GHz, and also the 9XR 3S 2200 mAh LiPo battery, which has a 1.5 C discharge, so don't use this one in airplanes. Just my first impression about this radio. For a $50 radio, it costs about $70 with shipping or something. It looks pretty nice. I've seen a lot of videos which the people were saying the trims are bad, but I actually like them. So these buttons are not as bad as they are called. Actually, they work fine. Although you don't have you don't feel if you really pressed the X button right here, but there's a beep sound. I used 9XR software, which is on there when you buy it, so there's just a little beep when you push one of these, so that's quite nice. The sticks feel really good. You can adjust the length. It has about an M3 or something, and you have two parts, so you can screw it further out or in. Then you have some dual rate switches, a trainer switch, 3 cycle, 3 position switch, and that's pretty much it. So the battery fits right back in here. You can see some foam tape right here. This is included. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna take your JST connector to go underneath the battery, push it in there, connect the balance plug. Then you're going to be very careful because this balance plug will probably rip off. And when you put your hatch on there, as you can see, it's quite tight, but doesn't matter really. Then you can turn it on when you've powered it on. You can see the screen is a blue LED backlit one. It's a really clear screen, looks very professional. But one thing I didn't really like was that you see your stick positions on the screen. Don't know if you can see that on camera. I'm moving my throttle stick. So also this ready light up here is totally unnecessary. I could do something better with the power going through that LED, but that's just how it is. This radio includes some quite nice features that other radios, which are like twice as expensive, like my DX6i, do not feature. It has 9 channels, 3 position switch, 3 times a cyclic one. It has dual rates, throttle cut. It's got a JRN and Futaba trainer port, which can be used for simulators. On the screen you can also see which switches you are pulling. As you can see, I'm moving the aileron dual rate switch. You can see right here, like this. It's also quite a bit unnecessary, but that's just how it is. You got the trainer switch, and you won't really reach it with your finger when you're flying, because it's gonna be, you're gonna move your hand pretty hard, and I don't have the biggest hands, but I don't think a lot of people can reach it. Then programming the radio is quite easy. You have 16 model memories. As you can see here, I got some of them. Programming is very easy. You just choose a model like this. Then you see a little star right there, and you can switch through. You have 10 pages which look about like this to program. And one really nice thing is you have you have some templates, and what these do, these make programming very easy. You have a VTail, 11, heli setup, gyro setup, servo test, all just stuff like that. So that's a very good feature. All in all, the sticks feel quite good, although the JR trainer switch port, is quite floppy in there. So if you plug in your simulator cable, it's gonna flop around like this. But I opened it up. I opened the radio up, and it stays in place, but it doesn't feel very good. So as you can hear, these are the beeps you will hear. Then what it's got on the underside is an AVR ASP something 6-pole port, which you can upload a new firmware on there, and it also has a charging port, but I didn't use this one because I wanted to balance mine, so I just used my normal charger. Then if you want to use your module, like I do right here, and the OrangeRX DSM2 module, you're gonna have to use this antenna right here, because you can see the smaller SMA connector right there, but this module goes in like this, and you can see there's no antenna on there. So I'm probably gonna try to remove this one and make a connection from this directly into the case somehow, with drill a hole or something. But to put it on, we're just gonna screw an antenna on, turn it off. Then you see 5 pins right here. You have 5 holes on your module. You're just gonna put it in right there. Do not force it too hard, because otherwise the pins will bend and break, and that's not gonna be good. And that's how you have it. Quite annoying thing is when you lay it down like this, it doesn't stand. So another improvement they have made compared to the old 9X is that you can now use your trainer ports on the back here without doing any mods inside the radio, because on the old one you had to solder in some capacitors and some things like that, and this was not very beginner friendly, because you need to solder quite good for this. But now you can just use it. As you can see, I got my USB adapter for my Phoenix simulator. You can just plug one cable in right here, the other right in here. As you can see, it turns on when you plug this in, and you can fly on your simulator. Another quite cool thing I see right now is on the old 9X you just had a warning, one switch, any switch from the 9 you had is not in the correct position, but now it tells you ID2, which means the 3-position switch is on the 3rd position. So I'm gonna put that on top, and you can see we're on the main screen. Just beep right there. So the trims actually feel quite good. It has a pretty high resolution, as I can see right here, and also, as you just could hear, if you go to the middle and you are in the middle by just holding the trigger down, it's not gonna go over the middle. I'm gonna show this again. And these 4 beeps show you that you are in the middle position. So these cyclics have a pretty good resolution, I believe. I tested it on a servo. As you can see, there is a screen on there which shows these things. Then also a pretty nice thing, you don't see your timer really well like this, so you can just go one screen down and you have a timer right there. And what else? You have a display right here, which you can see which sticks are moving. Also another little improvement, which is even better on this one than on my DX6i, you you have like, I believe, about 100 possibilities to program your timer. And on for my QAV 500, I've used my throttle switch to start the timer, and as soon as I am above 25% throttle, I believe, the timer is gonna work. You could also program it to make the time slower when you're under 50% and faster when you're over, or you can invert it, so if you have 0% the timer works and 100 it doesn't work, and just think like that. You have a lot of possibilities, so that's pretty nice. Also, a thing that is quite a bit better than with the original Spektrum receivers, and this OrangeRX 7-channel has an S-Bus. If you don't know what it is, if you fly a multi-copter like I do with the DJI NASA, you would have to plug in like 6 cables from the receiver to the NASA, and from the NASA to the speed controls and servos and so on. But when you plug in one cable into the S-Bus and into the NASA, that's gonna be enough for the connection between receiver and NASA, because it's just gonna transmit information through one cable. So that cleans up the whole thing a lot and helps a lot. So again, for this unit you pay about $13, I think, in the Hong Kong warehouse, I mean, and it's a pretty good price for a 7-channel Spektrum DSMX receiver with S-Bus. Remind you, you would pay about $120 from Horizon directly. The module comes in for about $30, but it's only DSM2, so if you have problems with DSM2, don't go with it. You could also use a Dragon Link on here, or whatever you want, a EC UHF or something. Again, the transmitter costs $50, and it's quite a good price. The battery is another thing. Some people ask me where I bought my simulator adapter, and I just forgot the link. It's some random Chinese seller which sells these. The resolution is okay, it works fine. It costs $10 rather than about $120 from the Horizon original one. And you will also get a copy with Phoenix 3.0, and you can update it to 4.0 as I did. You have Aerofly G4, G5 and so on. G6 is not included in this one, it won't work, because the G6.5 will only work with their own Elite Link transmitter, so you can't use your own without a real module. And that's it. So, and the link for this is going to be in the description, as well as the links for these 4 pieces right here. I hope you have a nice day, and please leave a like rating if you like my videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.